Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Not Playing Magic with your host here, Mike. We are doing the Innistrad Block Constructed Daily event. Should be firing off any second now. Excuse me, like a drink. We are playing a Black Zombies deck. Only modification to normal zombies is we have some Gloom Surgeons instead of Highborn Ghouls, I believe I took out. So we will play first. This hand is fine, no gravecrawlers, but it's got things we like, so we're not going to mull here. We'll see what our opponent decides to do. Don't know if I'd drop the Gloom Surgeon on play 2 or not, or play another Diregraph with Tragic Slip mana up. It's going to depend on what we think our opponent is. So if he's like Red-White Humans and drops a champion, then of course we'll just do another Diregraph to Tragic Slip. We'll have to see. He's got the mountain out. Okay. Not sure what our opponent could be with just a red. I think we still play this one safe here and just drop another Diregraph Ghoul, put 4 damage for our opponent to look at on the board. And still leave our Tragic Slip mana up in case he drops like a 2-1 Near Heath Pilgrim or some odd variation. So, alright, Cloistered Youth, and we will end up slipping that here. With another slip in hand, we want to get our damage in as soon as possible. Okay. This is actually very good for us. We can get out, probably in this case, our Highborn Ghoul. We know he's not going to be playing red-white aggro with a swamp creature, so we know that the Highborn Ghoul is probably good to get in. We still have Slip mana up too if he plays another 1-toughness creature. Okay, so our opponent didn't hit his planes, and that's good for us. So what we want to take out here is we want to add in our human frailties. We know that. That might be it. Things to drop. Possibly one of the Severs. It plays too slow against humans. What else do we want to kind of drop in this sort of a matchup? Dead weight, because human frailty is just better against red-white. Killing Wave I still think is a good pickup here. Our creatures come back, his don't, so in a sack battle we win. A sack battle, nice. We know Highborn Ghoul is going to be doing some work, we'll keep that. Gloom Surgeon can also be doing some work against the double strikers. Let's see. I think we just play off, drop another deadweight and submit. I don't think there's anything else worth playing here. We can also board in a Curse of Death's Hold, which I might end up doing in the next game if we take an L. Okay, this is a very strong hand for us. We will not be mulliganing here. Our opponent's on the play, of course, so that's where our opponent wants to be. So he's got his champion out. That's the worst we could have seen there. If we draw into a slip, we'll just slip it. Or human frailty, rather. Alright. I still think we're in a fine position because we'll get our Keeper and our High Priest online for some damage pretty soon. So he doesn't have the Gather. That's good for us. Now we've got 2 messengers. That's a pretty powerful spot to be in. We're gonna actually swing in here. We don't really have the luxury of being able to sit back. I do like the messenger combo we'll have going on here. So we'll see what our opponent does. He stopped on his draw, so it looks like he hit his bonfire. Just something to keep in mind. He can't really play it here for one. It doesn't do a whole lot. It would make our priest not be able to block, but our priest isn't blocking here anyways, just in case. So him having a bonfire in hand, again, something to keep in mind, but it's not gonna be a big detriment to us actually, just yet. It's kind of a place we don't mind being, actually. Imagine he may just want to get in for one here. I don't know why he wouldn't. If he holds it in his hand, his thought is he's got to get to 5 mana to make it useful, more useful than it currently is to him right now. But if he's got a creature he can play, then there's no way I'd play the bonfire in his case there. It's not going to be nearly as beneficial. He's just got to be running his creatures out against me until I can stop it, basically. Okay. Yeah, so I think he thought the same thing there. It's better just to play out your creatures. Okay. So this is going to get kind of ugly. We're going to have to be doing some work with our High Priest, getting those demons up in the air. Would like to nail a Gloom Surgeon right here. That'd be the absolute best case scenario. We'll take the 4. Hope we hit a slip or something similar. Alright, we're just going to drop our messenger. We'll chump something next play. Once we have the Bloodline Keeper online, it's a good way to create a disposable creature for the Skurstag sack. So once our opponent hits 5 mana, though, he can clear our board, which is something we have to keep in mind. Okay, so Riders is going to give him zombie protection. It's going to put us in a very tough spot. Do we just block with a High Priest here? Is that our only option? It might be. Otherwise we're staring down 6. Yeah. Otherwise we're taking 10 damage here. We might just be picking this one up, actually. Because he can do 2 to us if he hits a land next turn with Bonfire. Our only hope is nailing a slip, actually. And even in a case where we hit a tragic slip, I don't know what we kill. Is it the Riders? I don't know. Not a good place to be. Could be a short round 1. Both of these games are rather quick. Our opponent might be in... No, it doesn't look like he's in 2 separate tournaments right now, actually. Looks like he's only in this one, so... I mean, he's just got to swing with both there. I'll give him the High Priest on this turn, and next turn I guess I'll give him the Keeper for Riders, if Riders swings in. If Riders doesn't swing in, we're just kind of screwed. Not sure what happened to our opponent here. Well, in any case, I think I'm going to pause this right now while we're waiting. Bring you guys back whenever he resumes. Okay, our opponent did come back. So we're going to give him the High Priest here for the champion. We don't really have a choice. We can't take 10. We'd like to hit a human frailty here, actually. It's not going to do it. No reason to just give him the ghoul yet. Okay. We don't really have any way to get through. We don't have any way to do damage besides triggers from Messenger. With this vampire on board here, he can only swing with his champion, and we'll give him one swing with the champion. And then we'll hope we can make vampire chumps until we nail a human frailty. Though this bonfire is going to do some damage to us. Oh, it's Hellrider, even worse. We'll have to take a look here. I think he swings with team. We end up taking 4 down to 7. We can block. Yep, we got a scoop here. Let's think of what we might want to bring in. A Sever is nice. An Appetite is actually probably something I want to play against this guy. Get rid of the Hell Riders and the Riders of Gavany. Probably cut 1 Highborn. Let's see, what's one more cut? I actually probably want removal in this particular matchup. Gloom Surgeon's a spirit who blocks for us, which is very good. I don't want to sit down any High Priest just yet. Keeper might just be a little slow. We only have 1 in hand. I don't mind it. It's also a flyer. Probably drop 1 Diregraph for... Don't know if we want to drop for a Curse. Curse plays out very slow against him also. And 2 of them is what we'd need to be in a good spot. So... I think we may just sit on this. 29 creatures with a little bit more removal. 3 frailties, 3 slips, a deadweight. That's fair. Okay, yeah, we're going to submit this deck. Play first and hope we see something decent on the bottom here. Yeah, that'll work. We're not going to mull this. Getting a Blood Artist online early is big for us. Get out our Gravecrawler, and then we have our Gloom Surgeon to clog up the board, so... If our opponent doesn't have much removal available to him, we'll slip a champion if he drops one. If our opponent doesn't have much removal available to him, Gloom Surgeon's going to end up winning the game for us. On this play, I like having Tragic Slip mana up, so we're going to go ahead and play it like Diregraph to Tragic Slip. Puts us the same power on board for the next turn anyways. Just tapped on this turn, which is no big deal to us. See what our opponent's got for us here. Alright, so he's hit 2 planes. We got to gather, that's fine. We'll probably swing in with both on our next turn, actually. Drop a Blood Artist first and then swing in with both. Paused on our upkeep with no mana. Alright, looks like he's just away from the keyboard again. Shows over here that he's not in a second game, so maybe just having bad internet connection. Either way, I'm going to pause again for you guys so you don't have to sit through it. Okay, sorry everybody, I forgot to resume. You just missed one turn, drew a Gravecrawler, and he played out his Paladin, so... if he has Riders here, he's going to give him Spirit Protection. We can be pretty sure. If he has Hell Rider, I'm not sure what he does. I mean, he's going to soul bond either way. Alright, so we'll just prevent the Hell Rider damage. I don't know if he can swing in with both, actually. He might have to. Okay, so he can't. Ooh, very good draw for us. So we'll go ahead and attack in with both of our gravecrawlers. If one dies, we'll kill the paladin, I believe. I think the paladin's more of a threat to us, actually, at this point. We'll go ahead and get our ghoul out and then our gravecrawlers back on board. And still have another Gloom Surgeon in the pit. So we're in an okay spot here. If he has riders, puts us in a little bit more interesting scenario. We do have a Gravecrawler in the yard and a Gloom Surgeon in hand. So that's not a spot we mind being in. So he's probably going to go Pro Spirit here, actually, I would like to think. Nope, he's going Pro Zombie. Okay. It's fine for us, because we still want our Gravecrawlers to die. So we've got to assume that he has another Riders in hand. So we're going to try to ride the Blood Artist to the game here. Let's see, what do we want out? We want 3 Gravecrawlers out for next attack, I believe. So we'll go ahead and cast those. If he has the Bonfire, we're kind of in a bad spot. We may just want to keep the 1 Gravecrawler in hand to play around the Bonfire, which I think is the right play here. And we'll have to see on that one, actually. He's got a champion, that's fine. Got a gather, that's also fine. Question is, can we hit Gravecrawler critical mass before he beats us up too badly? So humans you control. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and kill the Hell Rider. See what our opponent does here. Alright, so we exiled Appetite for Brains, no big deal there. The second Gloom Surgeon might end up burning our opponent pretty badly, we think. Another Gravecrawler. Oof, this is just getting worse for him. Okay. So yeah, we're really gonna just try to ride the Blood Artist out. So we'll still have a Gravecrawler in hand to play around the Bonfire here. if he hits the bonfire, we'll still be in okay shape. Okay shape, not good shape. Okay, so we ended up taking the round 1. We'll see you guys for round 2. Kind of exciting going in 1-0. Thanks for watching, and catch you in the next match.